Hello and good evening from George Innington, and welcome to the third episode of Piers Morgan Uncensored. If you like me or not, I'm always will appear every single Fridays starting from next week as we move into Fridays the episodes. But my guest for today is going to be the man, the president of this nation, the guy who actually runs this nation, Scott Drake. And he's going to speak to us about Donald Trump, the death of Donald Trump, about his ex-wife, Mrs. Drake. We're going to address all that right here, right now. So, Mr. Drake, Scott Drake, Mr. President, how do you feel? Thank you for being here. Thanks for having me, Piers Morgan. Thanks for having me on your show. It's my privilege to have you on the show there, Mr. Drake, Mr. President. I know that, of course, the last two episodes of my show not really got ending quite well with my two last guests, but today I know me and you've got a relationship anyway for a few years now. So let's talk more about your role in terms of your presidency, because we know that you took over the reins, obviously, of Donald Trump way back in 2021 when, obviously, Donald Trump was actually resigned as president, and then when the election happened in the new year in February, you came in. But how do you feel when you became the president of this nation, when you was actually elected by the most votes by all the Republican people? It was massive, it was for me, and also probably for my family and probably not. But look, I wanted to run for president. I got the credentials, obviously, from the past, being a local mayor in my local town. And obviously not having the support from my ex-wife, Mrs. Drake, was probably the toughest bit. But apart from all that, I think it was good for me to run for country of the RSV, because I think that this nation needs a new leader. And after what happened to Donald Trump, a guy who actually betrayed us all and said that he was going to war with Russia, wanted to try and end the whole citizens' lives, which shouldn't happen. It shouldn't be like this. It shouldn't be. And I think that right now, it's good that we have this conversation rather than talk about all this. But I was good to be running for president. It's tough, though, at the same time, because I've got to look after these millions and millions and millions and trillions of people, and yourself also, Piers. But again, it's good to be running for president. It's good that I've got the power on things and decisions to make. It's tough as well at the same time, but I'll make sure that every time I'll get things right rather than wrong, like I've done the last couple of months before in this year. And now let's talk about you and your decisions, obviously, on Donald Trump. Although that Donald Trump was actually in prison for 2 years for what he did by a private government, and obviously we know that you gave him a second chance. Why didn't you give him a second chance? Because unfortunately it looks like it turned out to be him betraying you. At the time I didn't really know that he was going to be up for this. I thought he had his rehabilitation in prison to not do what he did and committed when he was actually out of the door. So, bribing the government was not very, very good in a way for him. He was in prison for 2 years. I thought he learned from those lessons. And that's why I put him under my wing since he released from prison. He's got the experience and the credentials to do things financially for our nation, to help us and help our government. And I thought he was a safe pair of hands because we couldn't find anybody else that's got that experience compared to Trump. That's why I put him under my wing. Like him or hate him, I had to try and build that relationship with him again. And that's what I did because that's who I am. And I like to give people second chances. But unfortunately, he blew it, didn't he? What about your ex-wife, Mrs. Drake? We know that Mrs. Drake, however, was actually your wife and actually abandoned you when you actually run for president. And now she turned out the door, obviously like a couple of months before her death, and to have her to want a divorce on you. And then by behind having an affair with your ex-wife. How do you feel about it all in that situation? Well, it's something that, it's disappointing actually. And I was very angry, I was at her. And I was angry at Trump because he betrayed me. He betrayed my trust because I said to him, one mistake, then you're gone. And he didn't do that. And unfortunately, that was meant to be. And, you say a lot of rumours, people say that, I was responsible of the deaths of Donald Trump and Mrs. Drake. That, yeah, I was to a degree because I wasn't the one who actually killed him. But I hired someone to actually kill and shoot on his birthday and assassinate him in his hotel, and that's what I did. I hired a hitman, I paid him $100 million, and then I told him to shoot him, the hitman, and he did. And he shoot them in his hotel, and also my ex-missus, that I really wanted that to happen as well, because of the way she treated me and how the way we had some issues, of course, in the past. And now, 3 months later, they're going to have a funeral today they're going to have. But this funeral particularly is going to be a hell funeral, meaning that the two bodies will be inside one casket, and that casket will be put into the pits of hell by today. Your children will be very devastated about you for what you did to their mother. Why do you do that for? Does your kids care about you? Or does she not care about her? What's the situation in your household in the Drake family? My kids didn't really care about it. My kids, however, said that, you did the right thing, Father, because the way when they grew up, her mother wasn't really there. Her mother was an alcoholic. Her mother was a person who never really picked them up from school. And a mother who never really looked after me, in fact, as running for this country. She abandoned us and the family, and the kids really obviously rejected her as a part of the family, and that's why, I'm not really showing my kids on public television or any appearances whatsoever, but behind the scenes, they're not very happy they're not with her, and that's why, they said good riddance for not having, her mother around, and they don't really care. They got me, I got the money, I'm the leader, I've got the power than everybody else, and that's what I did. And shooting Donald Trump and also Mrs. Drake after what she did by betraying, by having an affair behind my back, is unacceptable, and I'm very happy that I did what I did. Look, it's still wrong to actually kill your own mother or their children, despite, whatever you think about her, or even your children think about her, but shooting a human being and killing the mother of your children, you can't be ashamed of that. What are you trying to say, Piers? Nothing. I'm just wondering, that's all. But thanks for having us here, Mr. Drake, on our programme of Piers Morgan Uncensored. Thank you for being my third guest on the third episode of Piers Morgan Uncensored. And I wish you luck from running for president for this country also. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, Piers. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it. That's all we have time for here today on Piers Morgan Uncensored. And we'll be back, of course, for the next episode here on episode 4 next week. As our guest for next week's Piers Morgan Uncensored, as we're going to have one of my best friends, one of the greatest players of all time, the GOAT, and the Georgington Red Devils forward, Cristiano Ronaldo, will be on the show. As he's got some things to say on Piers Morgan Uncensored. We're going to find it out next week what that's meant to be. But until then, for myself here today, Piers Morgan Uncensored, here tonight, good night, and we'll see you next week.
To you. You can blow now. Donald, are you okay? Donald, can you hear me? Are you breathing?
Not so fast, lady.
Job well done.
It's breaking news with your boy, Mike Oliver. Scott Drake admitted on Piers Morgan Uncensored that he was responsible of the killings of Donald Trump and his ex-wife, Mrs. Drake, 3 months ago on Donald Trump's 77th birthday after they betrayed him and then sentenced the bodies 3 months later, just a few moments ago, thrown into the flames of hell of punishment for what he did to us all, and also her as well, to our president, and saying they'll try to help him. Just confirmed next week that the Republic States will be moved to Fridays, commencing next Fridays on Friday the 6th and onwards. Due to the fact that every episode the last couple of weeks has been on a Wednesday regularly, but that's being moved now to Fridays, commencing next week. But that's all we have time for here today on Mike Oliver's Breaking News, and we'll see you next week on the next news report, as this is going to be a very epic news report, as we're going to expand the show of reports across the nation, and it's going to be more in depth next week, I'll guarantee you that. But that's all we have time for here on Mike Oliver's Breaking News report, and we'll see you next week. can't believe that Sean got released from prison. He deserves to be guilty for what he did, and someone threw away the key. Pat, he's no welcome in this pub for what he did. He even tried to blackmail my son to try and get involved with drugs and stuff at school, and I hope that he's not involved at all here anytime soon. I do agree with Adam, he is barred to this pub, I assure you that. I can't believe he just got out from that, being found not guilty. He had the evidence all with him, with Leslie Cox. He was the one who killed him, not even any of us at all. He's the proven guilty one, and I cannot believe that he's been proven not guilty. What are you doing here? You're not welcome here. I just want to say, I'm leaving Hawford for good. You don't have to see my face anymore. Who cares? We want you out now. You got some nerve, haven't you? Coming to the pub and confront everyone here. You're guilty, mate. You're guilty for what you did. Hello, Katie. You alright?
Not alright. Come to the house now. Somebody stole the money from us.
Really, babe? I'll be there now. I want you to leave when I next come here. You see anyone stole the money? Who do you reckon?
I don't know, babe. I just came here and there's no money in the cabinet. Who stole it? Don't tell me.
It's got to be our son, Andrew. How much money we've got? 200, Sean. Good. Are you prepared to come with me for this great adventure? Yes, Sean. Hello and welcome here today for Total Championship Wrestling Wednesday Night Rage, and we are live here tonight here with myself here today, Joel Jenkins, and I'm here to broadcast you TCW Wednesday Night Rage, as we got lots ahead of us here on the show here tonight, and lots of drama. But for tonight's main event we are going to have Bobby Anderson. He's got a match of course on the pay-per-view on Saturday against Powerhouse Jackson, but tonight he's against one of the members of the Fortune, Jack Walker, for tonight's main event. And now let's get straight now to the start of the show, as we're going to have an exclusive interview with Mike O'Hearn and also Harry Garrett, the Republican Hero, as these two will fight each other for the Republicans Championship belt in the next 3 days from now at Fighting Ground. Thank you both for coming here today for this exclusive interview. Let's start now with the Republican Hero, Harry Garrett. Harry, any thoughts on the matchup, of course, on Saturday when you take on Mike O'Hearn in this spectacular dream match? It's going to be big. I'm telling you, Joel Jenkins. I'm telling you that now, that Mike O'Hearn doesn't know what it takes to beat this Republican Hero. I'll give it my best shot at Fighting Ground, Mike O'Hearn, if you listen to this. I'm going to give my best shot, and I'm going to win. And I'm going to win and take that championship away from you. Mark my words, 3 days from now, Mike. And now, what about you, Mike O'Hearn? Any thoughts before your match with Mike O'Hearn on Saturday? It's a very big match, I'm telling you that now, as I will be defending that championship belt against Harry Garrett. There's no way back for him. I'm making sure about that. He might be the guy, the superhero of this TCW brand and the franchise player here on TCW, but I know for sure that I'm going to take and retain my belt against him in 3 days. We'll see about that there, Mike. Just remember, in 3 days, Mike O'Hearn versus Harry Garrett for the Republicans Championship belt at Fighting Ground, and I can't wait for that match. Now let's get straight to the first matchup of the show right now here on TCW Rage. Let's get to the first matchup of the night here tonight. As Cole Quinn has got a matchup here on TCW. Rage here tonight. Just actually at least only 3 more days away until the pay-per-view of Fighting Ground, as he is going to be involved in a match right now inside this ring. And it's going to be a very incredible one. It's going to be an exciting one. It's going to be an entertaining one. It's going to be for Cole Quinn. Let's hope and maybe that he wins here tonight in his respective matchup here on TCW. And he's going up against Bubba Tunde. He's going to be up against scheduled for right now. And let's see if he can be the last man to win the match here in this one-on-one singles match. And Cole Quinn is obviously trying to work his way up in the cards here on the brand. But let's see if that's going to be taking place right now on the show. And Cole Quinn obviously on the middle of the apron, giving it all there to the crowd, of course, here tonight, here on TCW. And let's see what happens when he goes one-on-one here against his opponent, and that is Bubba Tunde, right now here on Rage. And let's get underway right now. Here comes Bubba Tunde on his way to this ring right here, right now. And obviously Bubba Tunde is a guy, however, he's had that matchup here tonight against Cole Quinn. Let's see if he can be beatable in this match, because this guy had a very okay year. He won the Republic Championship belt, not really had much of a success after that. And obviously tonight he's been scheduled for the matchup one-on-one here against obviously Cole Quinn. And maybe next week on Metal, the first episode of Metal, the second show of TCW, might even feature Bubba Tunde, since he's not really had much of an opportunity on TCW recently. Maybe give him a chance in the second show, maybe on Thursday night starting from next week. And that will come and take place. But tonight Bubba Tunde is here on the show, and he's got a match here with Cole Quinn, a one-on-one match. And let's see how Bubba Tunde approaches the matchup when he goes one-on-one here inside the ring with, of course, Cole Quinn. These two really want to get themselves really on the map, of course, in TCW. Not really had much, really, opportunities here, but tonight they're up against each other, and maybe the launch of Metal next week might even give the opportunities out for Bubba Tunde, the likes of him and also Cole Quinn. But let's get straight into this match. We have it live exclusively, the first matchup, Cole Quinn versus Bubba Tunde. And here we go, and let's get this contest underway right now. And now, right knee right into that knee right there for Bubba Tunde. Another slap right into the knee again now. And now what's happened here? He's really twisting the leg right now on Bubba Tunde. He's twisting the leg. Is he going to tap out, is he? And now he reverses it there, Bubba Tunde. He reverses it. And now he's trying to fight back here. No. And now fighting back very nicely, and a headbutt right there from obviously Bubba Tunde there to Cole Quinn. And now, stamp right into the elbows there. Now cover, 1. Okay, 1 count. And kick right into the back of the head there from Bubba Tunde. Bubba Tunde now picks up there Cole Quinn. And a punch right into the face there to Bubba Tunde again. And now Bubba Tunde now stamps into the arm right there, here right now to obviously Cole Quinn. Another, stamp right into the chest there from Bubba Tunde. Bubba Tunde now, what's happened here? He picks him up, no he doesn't, now Cole Quinn fights back, he does. And now what's happened here now? He puts his leg and pulls him down to the mat. And now obviously, what's happened here? And now Cole Quinn, now drops him on his back, now cover now. Is it going to be over? And Bubba Tunde kicks out. Yeah, he kicks out there. He's had a very okay year, won the RSV Championship belt, but not really had much of a success, obviously, Bubba Tunde. But maybe tonight he might get something to make a name back again, hopefully, after his good start of the year. And a knee right in the back of the head there of Bubba Tunde. Bubba Tunde now fights back, he does. Fights back to the dead here onto Cole Quinn. To go for a scoop slam attempt, and obviously Cole Quinn fights back, he does, and denies it. Now onto the ropes. And now, punch into the head. And a drop kick right there onto the outside of the ring. And now. And that's after. Oh, wait a second, it's going to armbar. He's going to tap out, is he? And that's why twist it right there. And now. Throw into the ring right now. And now. Kick right into the shoulders here. Another one again into the shoulders also there from Cole Quinn. And now, knee right in the head. And now, no, Steven stamping right there onto the chest right there of Bubba Tunde again here. And now, throws him, right onto that security fence. Now, what's happening here now? Throws him from the steps, face first. Got to get back into the ring or else. And now, no. And pulls him right there, side to side, outside the ring. I apologise. We've got to get back into the ring here. Now Babatunde now. And now Babatunde. Oh my God, right onto that. Outside the ring. Just really slammed him outside the ring. He's probably done his spinal cord or something there. But now Babatunde doesn't care at all. And now Babatunde now goes and drops him head first onto that edge of the apron outside the ring. And that elbow again there from him. And now what's happened here now? Babatunde throws him back into the ring right now. What's he going to do? Babatunde. Now stand right into the back of the head. And now, is he going to do face first slam onto the mat? It's going to be over. 1, 2. Kick out there from Cole Quinn. Cole Quinn obviously kicks out. Now what's happening here now? Babatunde now going to do the finisher move attempt now. He's going to do it. The end of days! End of days there from Cole Quinn for Babatunde. It's over. Is it? And it is over. And Babatunde wins here tonight, here on TCW Rage, and defeats into the ring here Cole Quinn. Big victory. I've got to say, fantastic victory right there for him here tonight. And that's a victory in the half there for Babatunde. And there's going to be more to come, hopefully, for Babatunde. He's not really had a good run so far since losing the championship before this year. And maybe bounce back here might be something. Big victory there for him here tonight, here on TCW Rage, here on tonight's show. Ladies and gentlemen, Desmond Cruz. Desmond, incredible start for your career in TCW. Any thoughts what's next? What's next?
Here, Desmond, let me introduce myself. I'm Cowboy Sam Terry. I've been a big fan of your work in the ring. So what about me and you fight each other at Fighting Ground this Saturday?
Yes, sure. I accept your challenge at Fighting Ground.
See you on Saturday, partner.
Let's get straight to the second matchup here tonight here on TCW. And it is going to be the Gangyang style, AK-47 and Hardman J. The BMT are here tonight. In this it's a tag team matchup. It's been scheduled here, and we know that they're going to take on the Lucha style, obviously El Mago and also here El Diego in this tag team match. But the Gangyang style are the former TCW tag team champions. They of course had the opportunities to be tag team champions before in the past, and now they're in the mid cards mix on TCW. And obviously they are one of the tag teamers on the show. We know that, speaking about tag team wrestling, we know that Cade and also as well Coopersaurus will be fighting this Saturday for the TCW Tag Team Championships, as they will go up against the G Team, as the G Team will defend their Tag Team Championships to the Power Destruction ever since they became #1 contenders just a week ago now, when they won their matchup respectively against Mazkill last week. And now comes the Lucha style, the Lucha Parley. They are coming down to the ring. A bit of Lucha style, Lucha Libre, as El Diego and El Mago are coming down to this ring right now in this Luchador matchup. Luchador is going to be lots of drama, lots of high flying Magna. There's lots of things on the cards in this tag team matchup. And El Diego and El Mago are coming to the ring right now for this match here against AK-47 and also here Hardman J. What a tag team match we're having here on TCW, and it's going to be a tag team mid-card fight between the Lucha style and the Gangyang style, and they've got some potential in the future to become tag team champions, but unfortunately not be the case, because it's going to be the Power Destruction have been dominating the TCW tag team division, and they'll earn the right to fight the G Team for their tag team championships this Saturday at Fighting Ground. And here we go, and let's get this tag team match underway right now. That's a cold breaker move there from obviously Del Diego onto Hardman J in this match. That's good to see from him. And now what's he going to do now? He's going to go right now onto the ropes here in the corner of the ring. And now he's going to go for head first again, another head first right there, trauma right there, the side of the head there of El Diego in this match. El Diego starts first and Hardman Jay's in the ring against him in this tag team match. Right here on out tonight. And a big knee right there into that throat right there to El Diego. And now going to go now for a cover now. A tag now from AK-47. AK-47 tags in. And stamp right into the arm. And now going to the top rope here. And now elbow. He tried to, but no. Now, and now what's he going to do here? Throws him onto the ropes outside of the ring. And now, what a flip there from El Diego. What a flip. And now kick right into the back there from El Diego. And suplex move there from Diego also. Nice couple of good moves. And now, what's happening here? Knee right into the arm. And now, kick right into the back of the head. And now, another kick right there again to the chest. Now kick right into the back. And now, wait a second, he's throwing onto the side there. They're really fighting each other here in this match. Now Diego now throws it back in, that's good. And now tag right now to obviously Hardman Jay. Hardman Jay now fighting back. And now pulled away right there. Now Hardman Jay now throws into the corner of the ring. He's really putting the arm right there, but obviously El Diego right trying to dislocate his arm. We've had a very good match, I've got to say, we've had a very good match. Head first onto that turnbuckle. And stamp right into the leg and into the chest. A few Morgan stamps. Now, kick right into the leg right there from Hardman Jay. Now tag there now to obviously AK-47. Now is he going to go now to the middle rope? And now, X-Sound drop right there at the back of the head. Tag right there to El Mago. Now, now right into the midsection. Now, pick him up. Punch him right into the head. And now uppercut again there from obviously from AK-47. And don't go anywhere, guys. Back after commercial break between the Gang style and obviously Lucha style, as part 2 will be coming up next. We're back here for part 2 here in this tag team match. What a glorified tag team match we're having right now tonight here on TCW. And now it looks like El Mago drops there onto AK-47 in this match. Now tags there now to obviously El Diego now in this match. And now going to go for something here. What's he going to do? Is he going to go for a cover? Is he going to go? Is he going to go for a win? What's happening here? And now El Diego now pins. Is Hardman Jay to get into the ring, is he? But it's not, and oh my god, victory's been given right there to the Lucha style, and El Mago and El Diego have actually won this matchup, and they are the winners here tonight on TCW. Big victory for the Lucha style to try and climb up the mountain in this tag team division, but tonight was a massive victory right there for those two here, the Lucha style, here tonight, here on TCW. The official match card of Total Championship Wrestling's Fighting Ground this Saturday, as we have the TCW World Tag Team Championship match, as the G Team will defend the tag team titles against Koopasaurus and Cade, and that will be a matchup coming up on the first match of the show, of course, on Saturday. A huge test for Desmond Cruz, as he's going to go up against Cowboy Sam Terry this Saturday. A challenge was actually confirmed earlier night.
here between the two, and I can't wait for this matchup also at Fighting Ground. And also the second match will take place on the cards, as we're going to have Harry Garrett, the Republican Hero, as he'll take on Mike O'Hearn, as he'll defend his title against Harry Garrett, the Republican Hero, this Saturday also. And also the next match that will take place on the cards, as we're going to have Shadow defending the TCW European Championship against his arch nemesis, Ten Williamos. And finally, this rivalry and this match is yet to come this Saturday at Fighting Ground, and the main event of the show is going to be Bobby Anderson versus Powerhouse Jackson, the World Heavyweight Champion, as he'll be match fighting against that title this Saturday, as Bobby Anderson lost the championship against Powerhouse Jackson at the Great Republican Bash, and now the rematch is about to happen a month later. Let's hope that Bobby Anderson wins back his title, and that will come yet to come at Fighting Ground this Saturday. Make sure you watch the show. And now let's get straight into the next part here tonight, as we have the fortune. Powerhouse Jackson is the World Heavyweight Champion as we speak at the moment, until he fights Bobby Anderson in a rematch at Fighting Ground the next 3 days from now. It's pretty much been a long wait since obviously when Powerhouse Jackson won that World Heavyweight Championship off of Bobby Anderson at the Great Republican Bash. And then of course this Saturday he is going to fight against obviously Powerhouse Jackson for that World Heavyweight Championship belt. But obviously tonight Jack Walker's been scheduled for a match one-on-one with Bobby Anderson. But let's hear what they have to say in the ring before the match is going to happen between Jack Walker and Bobby.
Settle, be quiet. I've got an announcement to make before Jack goes one-on-one with my opponent on Saturday, Bobby Anderson. Since my bodies are not allowed to interfere in my match on Saturday, I've decided that we will have them to team up together. Jack Walker, Ace Andrew to take on the Maskill, Mason Dragon and Killer Okazaki.
Now let's get Bobby Anderson out here and let's get the match started, as Bobby Anderson, the second generation wrestler, will be involved in a match with Powerhouse Jackson for the World Heavyweight Championship in 3 days from now on Saturday the 30th of September. But tonight he's got a match with Jack Walker, and not once but twice again. And obviously Jack Walker's in the ring right now watching on, obviously while Bobby Anderson's obviously walking down to the ring in the aisle here, as he's got the match with Jack Walker once again. He had a couple of weeks ago, he had a match with Jack Walker, and obviously Jack Walker and the Fortune all attacked him after his victory, and hopefully tonight that's not the repeat of that. But anyways, Bobby Anderson obviously and Powerhouse Jackson have got a huge feud against each other. They really hate each other so much, they do. And this rivalry's been going on now ever since when obviously when Powerhouse Jackson won that title off of obviously Bobby Anderson way back at the Great Republican Bash, when Powerhouse Jackson became #1 contender and won in that fatal 4-way match way back in July time. And also that big 4 weeks on a break was actually in hiatus of the whole thing, and then returned back on Independence Day and lost the title. But hopefully tonight he can claim back his belt, hopefully when he takes on here against, obviously we all know, obviously Powerhouse Jackson, maybe in the next 3 days from now. We'll just wait and see about that. But he's prepared, he's ready, and he's ready to hopefully win here tonight, and also show the exact same thing also the Powerhouse in the next 3 days. He's hoping to win back his title for the second time in his professional career here on Total Championship Wrestling. And here we go, and let's get this match underway, and this is it. It's Bobby Anderson and Jack Walker are both now at it here for the second time. A suplex there from Bobby Anderson. Going for a German suplex. Oh, what a star press from the top rope. And just flip there on top of Jack Walker. Now cover now. 1, 2. And the kick out there from Walker right there. He kicks out from Bobby Anderson. And now what's he going to do here? He's giving it right there to the crowd. He is. And now, what's he going to do? He throws him out on the ropes here. Throws some assaults and hits there now to Bobby Anderson. And Bobby Anderson pulls his neck down onto the ropes. And now, what's happening here now? And now what's he going to do? Suplex move there from him. Trick move. And now cover. No, he's not. He's going to do some moves here even more. Now elbows there into the head. And now into the outside of the ring. Just throws him out in this match. And now elbow drop right there onto top of him. And now what's he going to do? Chops into the chest. Oh, fight in the face right there again. Uppercut. A few uppercuts now. Chop into the chest. And now German suplex there from Bobby Anderson. And the referee's calling these two to get back into the ring or else. And now, right onto that security fence. And now, face first onto the pole. And now obviously Bobby Anderson now fights back, he does. And now kick right into the leg right there now. And now, fight back. And now he's back into the ring here. Now onto the ropes. Now, right neck choke break down to the ropes here. Now cover. He's covering outside the ring here. But no, he fights back here, Bobby Anderson. He fights back and now he picks up Jackson outside, Walker, outside the ring and face first into the face. I think that Jackson will have to wait in 3 days, but Bobby Anderson's really giving it to Jack Walker. One half of the fortune here tonight. He actually beat him a couple of weeks ago, he did, and the same thing happened by assaults and takedowns and that. Obviously, we all got the fortune all here supporting, obviously, Jack Walker. Obviously, Jack Walker and Ace Andrews been announced that from Powerhouse Jackson's mouth. So we're going to have, obviously, the fortune, Ace Andrews, and also Jack Walker all team up on Saturday. They won't be allowed to be involved in the match with Bobby Anderson and Powerhouse Jackson to support me at ringside, but they're going to be involved in a separate match with Mazkill, Mason Dragon, and also Killer Okazaki. And that all will get to come, of course, on the pay-per-view at Fighting Ground in the next, 3 days from now. So they can get themselves involved in the cards while they're not even allowed to be at the arena. They're allowed the match, though, and they're having it, obviously, on the first matches of the show. And now, net breaker now. Is it going to be a cover? 1, 2, 3, and Bobby Anderson wins here tonight, here on Rage. And another victory for him over Jack Walker. And I've got to say, he's really now celebrating on top of Jack Walker. And meanwhile, Ace Andrews and the World Heavyweight Champ, he's up against a Fighting Ground. He's taking down Anderson here. And now Jack Walker joins in the fun, it looks like, before Saturday's pay-per-view. But that's all we have time for, and we'll see you in 3 days from now. Good night.